To some extent, I think digital credit has mushroomed very quickly. Ever since 2013, when Mshwari started, quickly followed by Tala, we're now in a market of over 50 different players. And to some extent, yes, there have been cases, I think, where some consumers and customers have been able to access credit, maybe over and above what they can afford to repay. But I think if we look at what the majority of digital credit is being used for, it's a very different story. I often think there's a danger of a single narrative that can overtake the truth, which is, are people using digital credit to bet? Are people using digital credit to just sort of consume? What you actually find, and I'll sort of focus on Tala, our research has shown that of the 2.5 million Kenyans we've served over the past 5 years, the vast majority of them are actually using digital credit for working capital. It's that typical case of a small business person that needs to buy goods to stock their shelves, and ideally, as they sell those goods, they're able to repay the working capital and build their business over time. And so I'd actually say that I think digital credit has had a net positive benefit in this economy. There are risks that are emerging, right? So I think we'll be honest and admit that, right? We have to distinguish between natural competition, which is customers deserve the right to sort of be able to have multiple financial services providers and choose from them. But then there's also a very real risk, which is customers not having enough financial literacy and know-how in terms of how to use these products and going ahead to sort of over-indebt themselves. And this is something that, no one provider, Tala by ourselves, we cannot solve that problem without working in conjunction with other digital lenders in this market. So I think one of the biggest issues that we have is the source of us being able to track how over-indebted our customers are is the Credit Reference Bureau. And what we typically find is that the information that is there is not necessarily in real time, right? You'll have many lenders contributing information perhaps once a month. And in a given month, if you think about a digital loan, a customer could have borrowed 5, 6, 7 times, right? Another problem you have is not all the digital lenders are actually contributing information through to the bureaus, which means that you may think you understand how many loans a customer has, but instead they actually have multiple loans with lenders who are not contributing information. So for us, the solution, and what we're working with other digital lenders, is to move towards a real-time credit information sharing system, so we can actually tell, well, at any given point in time, how truly indebted is this customer. We want to make sure we can encourage all lenders to go ahead and contribute information. And then also want to train our customers. So I think there's an aspect of financial literacy training that we're very excited to begin pushing in terms of ideally addressing this issue.